Today I fucked up by filing a formal complaint against my cable guy. Recently, someone I know moved into a new house and needed somebody to house sit while they were at work so the internet could be hooked up. So here I am, since I have the day off, waiting in an unfamiliar house for the cable guy to show up. He comes in, looks around, and says a new drop needs to be installed because the current one doesn't work. He goes back to the work van and then drives away. I look at this asshole driving away without a word to me and decide I need to file a complaint. Anybody with decency would at least inform me that the service couldn't be hooked up today, right? So I call the company, wait on hold, and request to file an official complaint. They take my info and tell me they are puzzled, because in this case, running a temporary drop is an easy quick fix that they are authorized to do. After hearing this, I become even more pissed off because there is clear recourse in this situation. Customer service collects more info from me and says they'll call the tech. Then I get a call. I didn't leave your property. I just parked in the back while I get authorization to install a new drop for you. Sure enough, he's out there on the phone. I walk out and offer an apology. I'm so sorry, man. I feel like an inconsiderate moron. I shouldn't have jumped to that conclusion. I saw you drive away, and I thought you were passing the buck to someone else. You want a coffee? He declines the coffee, but gets a call from his superior. I ask him if I can talk to his boss. He hands me the phone. Hey, I filed a complaint but please disregard it. I'm a complete fucking moron. He was here the whole time. Eventually the approval is granted to work on the line and the tech tells me it's no big deal. The tech was way too nice to me considering how much of a dick I was. Internet companies jerk people around more often than not and he sees how I could make that mistake. Still, I feel like the world's biggest douchebag. Too long didn't read, filed a complaint against the cable guy for leaving my property without finishing the job, only to find he parked in the back and worked quiet as a mouse because he didn't want to bother me. You owned it and importantly, you took the initiative to retract the complaint with his management chain. They're likely to get a laugh out of it. I would suggest that you take this to heart, however. The employment of even relatively skilled workers like this guy can hang on a thread, and ultra-stupid management, the kind that fires someone when a customer bitches about them, is the norm, not a rarity. In the future, perhaps limit calls of this sort to instances where the employee in question has done you a direct and intentional harm, not just when you suspect that they might be slacking. I actually told the guy to feel free to shit-talk me to your coworkers, I deserve it. I normally would not have complained, but this company in particular has been screwing my friend around for weeks, telling him that he needed to hire an electrician for about $1,000, when in reality the company was and is legally responsible for the line. Since it had happened twice before, this was the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. You're right, though. Let me speak to your manager, headass. I'm a cable guy. Trust me, you didn't get this guy in any lasting trouble. When people call in for stuff like this, customer service gets in contact with dispatch first and they'll see that the tech is still reporting as on site to the call, and they'll reach out to the tech or to the tech's manager. I'm a cable guy, had this happen to me too. I even told the customer I was driving my truck around the block. Same. I had the customer call my work cell all pissed off while I was up a step pole behind their house. I told them to look out the window. I feel like most of us in this type of industry, service technician, are numb to people being rude. So, typically, we brush it off and allow people to say whatever they feel. At least that's how I am. Just another day at the office. Lol. Today I fucked up by falling asleep on the job and forgetting what day it is. Backstory: I have mild insomnia. Falling asleep isn't that hard, it's staying asleep that escapes me. So in a flash of brilliance on my part, I decided to drink some ZQuil because it was 3 AM and I might have had a solid 30 minutes of sleep. I have work in a few hours, yay. In a second stroke of genius I was going to be productive while it kicks in, and I went out to the store to grab some groceries I needed and even picked up a water vaporizer as I heard it may help me sleep a little more comfortably. With my new water vaporizer cranked up, a full belly thanks to the garbage food I found at the checkout line, and being dosed by myself earlier I promptly conk out until my shift starts. Also backstory. I have the luxury of working at home around the holidays as long as I plan to have something I can actually do while out of the office. Well, things have been terribly slow due to the holidays and year-end stuff, so rather than work from the office and do nothing, I opted to work from home and do nothing. The F up. Well, the story begins by me getting up, log in, yada yada, work starts. Thinking I am oh so clever and using a macro to keep my screen from going asleep so I have the appearance of being online and available for all your customer service needs. This also allows me to hear the ding of any incoming emails. Cool idea, or what? That leaves me free to do anything I wish as long as I keep an ear out for the emails. No problem, boss. So after maybe 30 minutes of browsing Reddit and picking my nose a bit, I decided that I was gonna lay on my bed and rest my eyes, as already I had no new emails, no web training, nothing. Bored. Oh yeah, I'm also still a bit groggy from the Z-Quill and having had a nice snack a few hours before. Anyways, I keep my door closed so my family, mainly the kid and cats, not interrupt my very important work. As I was laying there I was aware someone opened the door to let my kitty out for breakfast. No biggie, anyone is welcome to come and go if they can be quiet when I am on the phone. That is the last thing I remember before completely conking out. I wake up about 2 hours later surprising myself. I hardly ever sleep that long in a shot at night, let alone after catching a few Z's thanks to Z-Quill. No, I am not sponsored by them, but if anyone can make that happen, slide into my DMs. I get up and sure enough no emails, still nothing. I get up and I call out for my daughter to make sure she's up and fed. No response? I then check her room, the couch, the kitchen. Then her room, my room, bathroom, her room, the couch, the kitchen, the attic, the basement. I kept calling out her name, quickly becoming distraught. This is a very bad joke I am telling her and she needs to come out now. No response? That's when I lose my absolute shit. I am in my pajamas running outside around the house to make sure she didn't leave and get locked out in the cold. I woke my brother up, works nights, he starts looking, we comb the place one story at a time, attic to basement, not there. In order to make this a bit more readable I will do what happens next in list form. Also sorry I suck at writing. Still in my PJs out in the freezing cold of a winter morning, frost still on the grass and cars, I run to the neighbors, bang on doors, check her friend's house, nobody answering me and dread is rising. Called 911, the whole deal, car sent out, rolls up on me banging on doors and follows me to the house to help look again. Checking in cabinets, under beds, in dark corners of the basement, shed, neighbor's shed, anywhere we can think of. Call her mother to make sure she didn't pick her up for some reason or if she went somewhere with her older sister. Nope. Mom calls back after checking with older sister, no answer from her since she is at school. Does daughter have school? Daughter can't be at school, she only goes back to school on Thursday. The cop and my brother stare at me as things start to sink into place. I forgot what day it was. The cop rides down to verify and I am on my phone getting upset over the stupid slow auto answer prompts, and sure enough I am able to verify she was at school. Cop calls a few minutes later and told me she came to tell me but thought I was sleeping so she just left. So that's WHO opened the door to let the cat out. I am such a moron. Cop offered to send an ambulance to ensure my impending heart attack didn't kill me. Too long didn't read, I fell asleep and forgot what day it was and called the cops because my kid went to school and I thought she was missing. Edit. Okay, the comments have spoken, I will get tested for sleep apnea, sheesh. This has got to be the funniest shit I read on here. And I went all for the ending, smiley face. Have you ever had a sleep study done? You might have sleep apnea. You can get a machine to help with that. Look into it. Could change your life. That's a thought I have had for some time now. Skeptical, I suppose it is worth a shot, just don't want to believe that my health is deteriorating that bad, and since I am single that kind of sounds like one of those pesky deal breakers / red flags. Damn. On the bright side, you're lucky enough to have your kids back to school already. I work from home too and they are still here 24/7 until this coming Monday. How well, at least you seem to have kept a better eye on them than I did. Oh man. I've been listening to way too many true crime podcasts, and this was a great antidote. PSA to other parents out there, don't listen to true crime podcasts. My 20-year-old daughter recently moved from RE to CO. All of a sudden, all the true crime stuff that comes up are about young women in CO. I'm about to just fly out there and tell her that I live here now too. I fell asleep on the couch while I was waiting to pick my kid up from daycare. I woke up and thought I had already got her and ran around looking for her, screaming her name, freaking out, bawling my eyes out, and looked at the clock and realized I had 10 minutes to go and get her. I about shit myself from freaking myself out. Today I fucked up by hiring professional cleaners. So to give you a bit of backstory, we are moving out of our home, packing up everything we own into a little trailer and pulling it across the country starting on Sunday. Since my girlfriend really wants her security deposit back, we decided to hire some cleaners to come so our landlord can't say we didn't clean. The cleaners did a great job. They got everything out, wiped the baseboards down, mopped the floor, pulled everything out of the bathrooms, kitchen, you name it. Got everything packed up and sent them on their way. Now we still have until Sunday until we move out, so I kept the Xbox and a chair out so I could game the last couple days. After finishing off the last of the Cheetos and reheating leftovers for lunch, I of course have to do my business. So here I sit on the toilet writing this today I fucked up, in a completely empty bathroom. Really wishing I had a bidet. TL doctor, I got nothing to wipe with. That's pretty funny for everyone except you. She's at work. Won't be back until midnight. I hobbled my way into the kitchen and used some paper towels. Now I just wonder how many neighbors saw me through the front window. Shower time. What do you do when you're stranded, and there ain't nothing on the roll? To prove you're a man, you must wipe it with your hand. Sounds like a shitty situation. Take my upvote and leave with your shitty puns. I mean, is it normal to get rid of TP? I'm selling my place, and I'm gonna leave at least one roll when I clean up next week. Our bathroom actually doesn't have a TP roll holder and it's too small to comfortably put one in, so we usually just leave it on the back of the toilet. I thought he was gonna say they tossed his Xbox. Same lol.